What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chad Arms, a.k.a. Chatty Bobby. I level 40.
Hello, my name is Tony, a.k.a. Friday the 14th.
And I'm Hot Mike Chance.
Hi, my name is BJ the DJ.
And we're back. Episode 22. COVID 22. We're back. Emmett Smith in the building. This is Dub Deuce. Shout out Deuce McAllister. Solid running back for the New Orleans Saints.
All right, yeah.
Also played college ball at the University of Mississippi.
Shout out Deuce Staley.
Shout out to just knowing stuff.
Yeah, just
We're back, man.
Reading the back of a sports card all of a sudden.
We are, dude. That's what we do.
Picking up the bio.
We go to, we're back with another horror movie themed episode.
Yes, we are.
This is the first horror movie episode that we've got the homie BJ the DJ on. He's usually on the wrestling episode, but we're here filming content, so we
Get him on.
Why not?
Pick him up.
Why not?
Pick him up.
In the words of the great Jim Carrey, pick him up.
But we're here talking about creature features, damn it.
Yes, creature features today. Animal. I've excluded aliens, werewolves, demons, zombies, and vampires because we could all classify
All
those.
the things that I know about.
Yeah, that we could put those into their own little subgenres themselves. We're mainly going animals on this one.
Yeah, creatures.
When Animals Attack. You remember that show?
I do remember that.
Dude,
Yeah.
when did that come on Fox?
It's always the deers that wanted to
Just box the hell out of the hunter.
Kangaroo. Remember that video of the kangaroo that stood up?
Dude,
and the
I
guy
was
came up and
so
punched
scared
it.
it was going to kill that dog.
The guy punched him.
God, when
I
Animals...
would have done the same thing to that fucking kangaroo. I'd get my ass beat.
You would have thrown hands with him?
I would have tried, dude. I wasn't
He
gonna let
looked
my
like
dog
he didn't
run.
want any smoke after he took that left. Boy, he was like, no.
Dude, I just remember that, like you said, the deer just walloping
Yeah.
that poor hunter, dude. It's like, dude, you have a gun in your hand. You're letting this fucking deer just beat the shit out of him.
Blow his chest
And then you
out.
have the random people that want to go try to pet a buffalo or something
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
They deserve it.
Yeah, they deserve every bit of getting trampled on. But hey, it's a bright idea. Let's go pet a buffalo.
In the words of Forrest Gump's mama, stupid is, stupid does.
Exactly. You
Definitely is.
get it all.
Yeah, you can get all.
You get all of it. All of it.
But yeah, we're going to exclude those. We're just going to go mainly animals on this one because there's a lot of animals out there that are absolutely terrifying.
I mean, there's a lot of animals on this list.
There's
It's a
a lot.
lot. It's a big list.
There's a lot of them on here, man. Some
Yeah.
of them, I've seen the majority, but there's a chunk that I haven't seen. Tony's seen all of them on here.
I've seen,
He was
pretty
actually
much,
giving us
yeah.
the rundown while you were in the bathroom. So.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
hell
good,
yeah.
especially when it comes to some shark movies. You know, like summertime, it's perfect
funner
fitting
time.
for him. No funner time. Summer,
You know what I
summer,
just realized too? I just
summertime.
realized this too. Summertime, no funner time. Summertime, no funner time. Montel Jordan. Funner's not a motherfucking word, is it not?
It's not.
All my life I thought it was.
I was
Because of
singing
Montel Jordan.
I was singing the Fresh Prince "Summertime" song while you were going Montel Jordan.
Oh, it's summertime.
Played at every Walmart you walk through. They're
Dude,
playing
you're
it.
getting played in the Walmarts.
Yeah.
You're
Hey,
doing a
run them
really nice,
streams
Clark.
up.
write the check. Write the check.
You ready to do some kissing? Cousin Eddie, baby. Creature features, damn it.
Yep.
We appreciate everybody tuning in. If you've not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. The link is in the description with all of the audio format links to the podcast. Also, shout out to the sponsors, Trouble Spirits, Nixon Pro Media, Revolution One Media.
Yes, sir. That's it.
And shout out to Tony's Blink-182 shirt, fire.
That's right. Went
That's
to the
fire.
show a couple weeks ago. It was amazing.
Yeah. That's
But I guess you just want to jump right into
Let's
this
just jump
one.
on. Let's just dive on in.
That's something we haven't. You're gonna have to bring.
I need
it
to
back.
start throwing in the diving pictures of the
Yeah,
awkward
we haven't had one of
dives.
those. I think since like week 3, episode 3.
Yeah, because I say dive in a lot those first 5
Just
episodes.
swan dive right on into it. I guess when you're going to talk about creature features, you got to list the creature from the Black Lagoon as your
classic.
as one of the top ones
Classic.
out there. Out of the Universal monster movies, it's probably my favorite one out of all of them because I'm not the big when it comes to the classic horror. We've talked about this before. When it gets that far back, it's just not my cup of tea.
It's kind of rough.
To me, like the black and white horror movies were always the scariest because it
Some
made
of them
me
were,
feel
though.
like they were legit. Like
Yeah.
that stuff could really happen.
Yeah, especially like the old black and white Dracula movies, like the Nosferatu movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Those are scary. But like the Creature from the Black Lagoon in the Universal like style, like those old ones.
Yeah.
It's one of the ones that is, I think, still holds up the most.
Yeah. Because the dude was actually down there in full-on costume, underwater, swimming in that
Right.
thing. Well, props to you, buddy.
And that made me think, like, if anytime I get near a body of water, that something was going to jump out and grab me.
Yeah.
Oh
Every
yeah,
single time.
there's a lot of movies that have that feeling, that give you that feeling. We'll go right like Jaws.
Oh, definitely.
Everybody has a fear of the ocean
Absolutely,
because of Jaws.
that. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, any large bodies of water absolutely terrify
If
the
I
shit
can't
out of me.
see the bottom of it, I don't want to be in it.
Yeah, I mean, it just terrifying to me that the ocean's so big as it is, and there's so much of it that's been undiscovered.
There's
I guess.
no way that we know everything that's in that ocean.
Absolutely
Exactly.
not,
And
Tell them hot mic.
there's
Exactly.
there's too much shit down there that would think my fat ass is a tasty treat.
Yeah.
So-
that's for sure.
When I go to the ocean, my ass don't get in by beyond shin deep because I ain't turning into a shish kebab for somebody.
Jaws is one of
Shout
those
out to
I'm
Shins
actually.
and Shish Kebab.
Yeah, Jaws is one of those I'm actually shocked hasn't gotten a remake.
Yeah.
I can't believe it hasn't.
And I hope it doesn't get a. It's
But-
one
Yeah,
of those
I
that
hope
I
they
It's
want
gonna,
to
the
touch.
Jaws is going to be it's going to be transgender, and it's going to also be like a swimming chamber.
Oh, yeah.
Get ready for it. It's going to be produced by Bloomhouse.
But Jaws was a game changer back then.
Love it.
Definitely.
One of the greatest horror movies ever made.
Yeah, and it's
Best
just,
I mean, in
It's-
the top 3 creature features of all time.
you have to put it in there. Just the fear, just the music, that dun.
Oh, yeah. That build up. Yeah.
It sets this
Iconic.
tone, and especially because you don't get much shark in the movie, glimpses of the shark in the movie because it was a production nightmare.
Yep.
And it
Watching the behind the scenes of how they made that happen, it's crazy how they had to put it on the wheel.
Yeah.
And like just the way the mechanics behind the shark itself were just unbelievable for that
Yeah.
time period. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just crazy.
For sure.
and was the greatest Universal Studios ride in history till they closed it down.
Dude, were there any other, like, before Jaws came out, was sharks a thing that, like, so many people were scared of before that movie?
To
You
be
know what I'm
honest,
saying? Were there
yeah.
were there any shark movies before that one?
You
that was
got to
really
think
popular?
though, man. Like
You
back
know?
then,
that's a good
like
question.
those ideas were like innovative. Like let's make a horror movie. We had slashers and we had people in your dreams, but like Jaws was in the 70s, right?
75.
75. So
yeah.
other than vampires, werewolves, and all that, like that was a big deal. That was a new type of creature to be afraid of and a new type of fear.
And the setting of it being up in the Northeast too, because when you think of shark attacks, you automatically think Florida,
Yeah.
you think
Florida.
California, and all that stuff. And this is happening up in like Martha's Vineyard, Cape Cod,
Oh, yeah.
up in the Northeast and everything. It's
Yeah.
just totally different feel. And then, especially once they get on the boat to go after the shark and everything, just the close quarters of it is it's groundbreaking. Steven Spielberg
That was Spielberg.
that was
Wow.
it's just.
It was the highest grossing film at its time.
Well, and it started off the summer blockbuster movies too, because it came out in the summer of that year, and that's what instigated the summer blockbuster
What was
movies.
the budget for that movie?
The budget for it was $12 million.
What it gross?
Well, so far, worldwide, it's done $482 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Pretty
turnaround.
good turnaround right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Opening weekend,
Not Blair
did
Witch Project
seven,
good.
$7 million opening
$7
weekend.
million for in
No,
in
wow.
1976. That's a
That's
lot of
good.
money.
So they almost made its money back in like the first week.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
Crazy.
crazy. Now Jaws 2 and 3. I mean,
Obviously, with that type of return on one, you had to
yeah, you had to
Had to
come
do
back.
another.
you had to
Now,
come back with a sequel.
Jaws 2, I've said it numerous times. I'm not the big, but I have a soft spot for Jaws 3.
Yeah.
Jaws 3D. Said it almost like Jaws 2.
The best opening weekend, $13 million.
Was Jaws 3?
Mhm.
3D. It was
But
the
that
3D
had to be-
craze,
It was
yeah.
3D crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean the 3D. That's a perfect movie to do 3D. To do
Dude,
in
that
3D.
shark at
That
the
shark
end.
is so
That's so bad at the end of
ridiculous.
3D. But
Jaws 3D.
it's one that, especially here in the South, the TBS, TNT days,
Yeah.
Jaws 3 was played on TBS or TNT
Yeah.
all the time,
Yeah.
especially in the summer.
That
Definitely.
makes sense why you have, because you were watching WCW and shit on TBS. I'm sure.
Yeah,
back then.
and
You saw Jaws.
that's where my infatuation with Jean-Claude Van Damme came from. 'Cause
Absolutely.
they showed all his movies on TBS and TNT.
Mm-hmm.
That was the movie station back in the day for us here in the South.
Action Stars is a whole nother episode right there.
Yes.
A whole
Oh
nother-
yeah, we got a
Yeah.
list of those as well.
Definitely.
Lake Placid is another one that you
Yep.
could throw out there.
Yep.
It's when it comes to the alligator movies, it's it's probably one of the more popular ones.
It's like a mainstream.
The mainstream one.
I remember seeing the cover of Lake Placid, like every Kroger and
Yep.
Piggly video pig I went into. Like,
Yeah, and you had Betty White in that
Betty
one,
White was in there.
feeding
Yeah.
the cows to him.
Mm-hmm.
I seeing the behind the scenes footage, like that's another one, like in Jaws too, is like the behind the scenes footage of how that huge ass alligator just sitting there in the body of water. It's filming that had to be a little bit scary too, because even though you're filming against something fake, it's still a huge ass shark or a huge ass alligator that's sitting right next to you.
Yeah.
And it's like, well,
Fake or not.
fake or not, it's still pretty damn scary.
Yeah, definitely.
But
You had Alligator and Alligator 2.
Alligator 2 is not the best, but Alligator, I enjoyed Alligator.
That 2-pack was dope. That 2-pack that they put out through, who was it?
Well, Scream Factory put out Alligator.
I'm thinking of, yeah.
You're
I'm
thinking of
Killer
Crocodile.
Killer
Crocodile.
The first Alligator is dope.
Yeah, the
I
second
haven't
one,
seen Alligator 2. I got
it's
the Scream Factory.
Yeah,
Alligator
it's not so much where the little girl goes to the fair, wins a little alligator, and then her parents get mad and make her flush it down the toilet.
And how big was this alligator? How big is this alligator she has to flush?
It's a little tiny. It's a baby alligator when she first gets it.
She couldn't just drop it off at like a
Was
creek
it-
or something?
No,
Like-
no, she flushed it down the
Is
toilet.
it out for revenge?
Well, it's
It goes in the sewer. It's
It
like
goes in the sewer and gets toxic.
It hooks up with
waste.
Master Splinter and
Yeah,
Toxic Avenger.
Hooks up with the Ninja Turtles, and then all hell breaks
No
loose.
way.
No,
No.
not really.
Okay, I was like, wow. Got to go back and watch that.
But I guess I could. We could keep it with the themes of every. Since we're talking about Alligator and Alligator 2, Black Water is a super underrated alligator or crocodile movie. Have you ever seen that one, Chad?
Black Water.
It's very similar to Open Water, but just with
that's
with the
that's where my
crocodile.
fear of not being able to see what's under me came from. Was that.
It's where the two chicks go out. They're out in the Australian outback, and the boat get stranded. I think me and Jordan watched that one.
It seems like I've seen parts of that movie. I
But
know
it's-
I've seen Open Water.
Yeah,
but
it's very, very similar
Yeah.
to Open Water, just set in the Australian outback with a killer crocodile, which is it. You don't get much crocodile in it, but it just the suspense part of it is what leads you on more than anything. It's very underrated as a alligator crocodile type movie. Same with Killer Crocodile and Killer Crocodile 2. Not much to them, just a crazy ass alligator killing people. You know, and Chance is not a fan of alligators.
Nope,
Chance is not, and we've come to find out Chance is not the biggest creature feature fan.
not at all.
Explain why.
I don't know if I can say this on YouTube or not.
Oh yeah, you
But
can. There's
but
no restriction.
I have a solution for any creature or animal that tries to attack me or hurt me. I would just eliminate it.
There you go. That's a good word usage right
I would
there.
eliminate it.
Unalive.
bang, bang.
Yeah.
Just
Now, if I'm at the park and I'm walking, I'm gonna go up.
What
I'm
if
gonna
there's
pet-
kids around?
I'm gonna pet the dog. I'm gonna be nice to the dogs. But if that dog turns around and tries to bite me,
Really
Yeah,
not a dog fan?
well, if it's chasing me, if it like Cujo is a great creature
well,
feature.
yeah, I
but
would. I mean, it's.
I mean, that's different. That dog was an absolute
Yeah.
animal. Like,
same, but he's not Beethoven. That's for
No,
sure.
no, not
He's
at all.
not Beethoven.
no,
He's a rabbit.
All
Because of a damn bat.
but I
Yeah.
wouldn't be stuck in that car that long.
you wouldn't.
No,
You would have took care
yeah,
real quick.
yeah.
Now, what if you didn't have a pew pew in the car?
No pew pew.
Well,
They say if you like grab their legs from the front and spread them out, like it kills them instantly. But I don't know if I'd want to get that close to like a
you
rabbit.
punch them down the throat. That's how you do it.
punch them in
That's
the
how
throat.
it happens. You
Uppercut.
just fist
Just-
right down the throat.
Yeah, but with a rabid rabies.
Oh yeah,
Saint
that
Bernard?
makes it easier because they're going to
That's
be
a
trying
big
to bite
dog.
you, and you just right down the
Okay,
throat.
Chance. I'm not taking words of wisdom.
I mean,
from you on this one.
You gonna die.
I hate to tell you because
You gonna die.
You watch
Cujo's
John
gonna bite your arm off.
You watch John Claude Van Damme movies.
Well, you're not Jean Claude Van Damme. I'm not Jean Claude Van Damme.
It'll work.
I'm
Trust me.
nothing like John Claude Van Damme.
Don't try it at
We gonna
home,
die.
but it'll work. Trust me.
Wow.
Let's see. Did I have any other Man's Best coming off of your Cujo? When have you ever seen Man's Best Friend
Nope.
with Lance Hendricks?
to me, I never want to think of a dog in a negative light, like a killer type of dog.
Yeah.
But reality is there are out there, things happen, and
It's because of the owners, though.
yeah.
Well, see, Man's Best Friend, he was a cybernetic organism.
There was a
Rottweiler.
tad bit of a exception in Man's Best Friend, I would say.
That
He
one
was
scene,
a cyborg dog.
yeah, when he sicks him after the cat up in the tree.
Yeah, I just can't. Yeah.
It's so bad.
Watching
Was he
animals
like
get
the
killed, man, I hate it.
RoboCop of
RoboCop of dogs, yes, yeah.
killer dogs?
You throw water on him then.
Yeah, there you go. Easy enough.
See if you short circuits.
Yeah, and he's a big old Rottweiler too.
Yeah, I don't want no part of those.
No, I don't want no part of that.
Brandon, he had 2 of them in his backyard at his mom's house that terrified me.
Growing up,
They terrified me.
Yeah, them and Doberman Pinschers scared.
I was terrified of those dogs. They had no necks. I don't know how they turned around.
What were their names? Shaq. Was
Food?
Shaq one of them?
But I think it was Shaq and was it Rock?
Rock and Shaq.
Maybe I think. Yeah, but they were the
beasts.
terrifying dog. They had
Yeah.
no necks, and they turn around like the whole body would have to move. They
Just
couldn't turn
beasts.
the neck and look.
No, it's beast.
Yeah, they were unbelievable.
Another one we've talked about this one before is Backcountry.
Oh, dude, we talked about that a couple episodes
In
back.
the
about
camping episode.
Dude.
You've said you've never seen Backcountry.
He's not
Hey, Friday the 13th has me not want to go camping at all. So I can only imagine
Yep.
what this does.
This
Oh
one,
my god!
This
Dude,
one
this
will
is
make,
way worse than Friday
Yeah.
the 13th.
Yeah,
this
it-
could really happen.
Yeah, it's like
It's
shit.
about a killer bear, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
A
Yeah,
girl
no.
and a guy go out tent camping out in the woods, and then
I don't even want a tent camp. Like,
yeah,
no.
it's bad. It's like some of the sound effects in Backcountry are some of the most realistic sound effects that you
Wow.
can imagine, like happening to somebody. Yeah, it's a bad one. And then jumping off that, you got Grizzly from, I think it came out in 78 or 79.
I mean, I know you guys did an episode on like 81 horror movies, but for me, the 70s, the horror movies in the 70s seemed very realistic. Like there was no animation, no CGI type stuff.
Yeah.
Everything seemed so real, like it could actually happen.
Yeah, because that's before they started to really get into that's when before you got into that 80s cheese era.
Right.
And slashers just started happening in the 70s. Like
Yeah.
74 was like the first, 73, 74 was first slasher. Like whether you say it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre or it's Black Christmas.
Yeah.
But yeah, to your point, like in the 70s, the horror movies were more cut and dry.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There wasn't a lot of that over the top
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I see what you're saying there.
Yeah, it was like
They were still
terrifying.
kind of, I don't want to say new, but I mean, you know,
Like
they
you
were-
would watch one of them and then like literally have to watch something happy afterwards before you go to sleep.
That's how I feel about Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's
Anytime
one
I
of the
hear a
most
chainsaw,
gritty,
like
the
yeah.
most grittiest movies. But what'd you say? 76 Grizzly came in.
76.
So it jumped right off the coattails of Jaws, and it has a very similar story to Jaws, but just set in the mountains with a killer grizzly bear, and some of the worst practical effects done in a movie. Have you seen?
But it was 76 though, if you think about it. Like
Yeah, there's a waterfall scene in this movie where the bear reaches out from behind the waterfall to attack somebody, but you can clearly see that it was a prop bear arm on a post
so great.
that comes around the corner and grabs the girl. I mean, you can clearly, but it's one of those that is so bad that it's
You talking about Grizzly?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
just
Grizzlies are so bad it's good.
yeah.
Dated for sure.
And same thing with Orca. Orca, I believe it was late 70s. It jumped right off the Jaws coattail as well.
Yeah, it did. It's a fun one.
what was out first? Was that-
77.
77.
Orca was
2 years
77?
after. 2 years
Yeah.
after.
So they're just piggybacking off the success of Jaws.
Yeah,
They're
it,
like, you got a killer shark, we got a killer whale.
yeah, exactly. And it's a revenge story too, which I'm totally
Revenge story.
dude. It is a
I know
revenge
it is.
story.
I know,
it's
but
a revenge
just
story.
saying it's a revenge story as an orca, like,
Yeah.
it's just hilarious.
Because if that fisherman wouldn't have killed his baby, it wouldn't have had no damn problems with Shamu.
Yeah, fuck around and find out. dude.
Fuck around and find out.
In
And that
77,
fucking,
it was still a thing. Well, that's the
fucking-
year my parents graduated.
yeah, he found
Fuck
out
around and
real
find out,
hard.
it's still a thing. So.
And the mean stares
That's
that
got
the
to be
killer
the
whale
oldest
gives in that
thing.
movie. Good
It's got to be the
gosh.
oldest thing.
Fuck around and find out does have to be the old. You can
probably
date
trace
that.
it all the way back to Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Think
I
about
mean,
it.
well, yeah. Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve. Fuck around and found out. Yeah,
That's true.
they're the first one.
Facts.
They found out.
Oh man.
Now I've got 3 here for you. I don't think anybody else has seen these besides me, but it's 3 gems of shark movies right here. Mm-hmm. You have The Last Shark, you have Cruel Jaws, and you have Deep Blood.
Is Cruel Jaws separate from the Jaws franchise?
Yes, it is. It's originally called Jaws 5,
Ah.
but got in trouble for adding the Jaws name on there.
It had nothing to do with the Jaws.
It had nothing to do with the Jaws movies. They just
It was a Brutus the Barber Beefcake Hulk Hogan autograph picture.
It was an
situation.
Italian. Cruel Jaws. It's an Italian shark movie, but they thought they could be slick and just call their movie Jaws 5.
Copyright
that's
was like
great.
so easy to like.
That's great.
These three movies have clips. They share clips with each other. I believe last
Stock footage.
Yeah, it's like not just stock footage, but like shark, like their
Yeah,
fake
but I'm saying,
shark.
like stock footage
Yeah.
from the certain movies like across. The
Last Shark is one of the greatest hidden gems of.
You've talked about. Have I watched that?
No,
Because
you haven't. You haven't because you know it. If it's where the guys
We've watched a bunch of shark movies. Though.
Yeah, the Last Shark is so ridiculous. That's the one where you remember where the guy's standing on the boat and the shark attacks the boat and the guy shoots up in the air.
Yeah.
That's from the Last Shark. He literally shoots up in the air from like a torpedo, and then one guy's hanging off a helicopter. It's a ripoff from Jaws. And this, I'll send you the picture of what this shark looks like. But he bites the guy, and it's just, it's so bad. It is so great. But these three movies are just in that category of so bad that they're so much fun.
Hey, you skipped a couple up here. You skipped Jeepers Creepers.
I did, but I wanted to jump into some shark movies.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
To me, like that when they showed the creature in Jeepers Creepers, that ruined the movie for me.
The first Jeepers Creepers
Yes.
is one of like modern horror movies. Is now granted the director is we won't get into what he's about and all that kind of stuff because he's the ultimate piece of shit.
He's a P word.
But the first Jeepers Creepers was groundbreaking to me.
Yeah.
The whole
The build up to the
build-up
creature
to
was unbelievable.
Yep.
When they showed the creature, I was like, "That's it."
Yeah, but
I love, especially when they show from the distance when they're showing it when he's throwing the bodies down in the tunnel.
Yes.
And he makes that quick turn.
Yes.
So
and see, I like part 2. I
Yep.
think part 2's very
The
creepy.
school bus.
Yeah.
You can see, and if you watch part 2, knowing what you know about the director now, and you watch part 2,
Yeah.
you definitely see glimpses as to what kind of a person this guy really is.
Yeah.
By the way that they shoot certain characters
Wow,
and scenes,
yeah.
you're like, that makes sense now that this
Yeah.
guy's a weirdo. But with that aside, the movie itself, Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2, I think are both great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hopefully Scream Factory puts those 2 out on 4K.
I love it. Yeah.
But then 3 is god awful, and I hadn't even watched
yeah.
the
fourth
fourth one is I watched about 20 minutes.
Yeah,
of it.
after
watched 20
two,
minutes of
after
part
2,
three.
I lost interest in it.
Don't
But again,
watch
like
the other two.
the first one, I was all in on it. But they showed the creature, I was like, kind of really expected something different. Don't know what I expected, but
Yeah.
it was just okay.
And I like the whole concept of it for him to come around every so
Yeah.
and then he has to, if he needs to see, he has to eat the
Right.
eyes out of somebody. If he
Right.
needs, it's original concept at the time
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
Now, was that
And you-
was that Justin Long's first
Yeah.
movie?
I don't know if it was the first one.
One of
but-
his first.
Yeah.
And you talk about, with Jaws not wanting to go in the water. When I watched that movie and walked out, I was
Always
Looking
looking up
up,
to the
yep.
sky.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah.
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 man.
There's a lot of these. It's like backcountry makes you second guess going camping.
No, definitely.
The Jaws with the ocean and all that, and then I'm skipping around now. Where did I go? The Prophecy with
Christopher Walken.
No, not
No.
the Christopher. This is the mutated bear. The Prophecy one
Oh yeah.
with
yeah.
the mutated bear.
Scream Factory put that out.
Yeah,
too.
Scream Factory
Yeah.
put that one out.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's just
I
a
remember that
mutated
one now.
bear
It's
going
the
around
muta-
killing.
It's cheese, but yeah, I remember I got that because Scream Factory put it out like a regular release on
Yeah.
Blu-ray, and it confused me at first because there was the Prophecy movies with Christopher Walken. There was like 6 of them,
Yeah,
but this one I think was before that. This was like
Yeah,
late
this-
70s.
I believe so.
80s.
79, 80.
It's bad, but it's enjoyable. Like for
Yeah.
that time frame, I guess.
and then one of Chance's favorite, Tremors.
I love Tremors. I was a big fan
Tremors
of
was-
Tremors.
Kevin Bacon. Well, I keep forgetting. What was the other guy's name in that?
Something Ward, Fred Ward.
Was it Fred Ward?
Was it Fred Ward?
Look it up.
Look him up.
Over under is Fred Ward. I say it is 100% Fred Ward because he was also the dad in 30 Minutes or Less.
Okay, right on. There you go.
Random.
And Reba McEntire in there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Fred Ward
Fred Ward, he got
for
it.
the win.
Doing, 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 doing.
I
Survey
forgot
says,
Kevin
show me
Bacon was
potato
in
salad.
there.
And we
I
had that
forgot
as our
Kevin Bacon
thumbnail
was
of one of the episodes, and I think I asked the same question for that episode.
Shout out, Fred.
Who's that other guy?
CTE, baby.
But yeah, no, I was a fan of Trimmers.
Trimmer, yeah.
yeah.
I like Trimmers too, man. I
Yeah,
never
Trimmers
saw
2
any
was
of
good,
after
too.
that. I heard they get worse and worse and worse.
Who's and then
And who's the main guy that's in it, like the army guy? Like
he's Reba
the
McEntire's husband in the first one.
He's the only one that stays in them throughout,
Yeah.
don't he?
I think so. Yeah, because
You got to have a
Bacon,
mainstay.
because Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward both said, "We're done with that."
Yeah, we're done. Yeah.
But the creature design for the, I forget what they call them, the worms or whatever. There's a name for them.
Oh, the trim. Yeah.
Graboids. That's
Yeah.
what they're called. The design for that's groundbreaking for that time. Because what 90? I think.
90.
Yep,
1990.
1990.
So. And then one of me and Chad's favorite. You had to put this one on there. He's a creature, but basket case.
Oh, dude. Basket case is so over the top.
Nope.
Oh,
Haven't
okay.
seen
You're
it.
shaking your
Chance
head
would
like you said
Chance would
basket case.
absolutely hate basket
Yeah,
case.
you'd hate.
What's that about?
What are they? Siamese twins. They had to. Bilal gets cut off of him.
Yeah.
And everything, and then
Just watch the trailer, Chad. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, it's hard to
Alright.
explain.
You're gonna
But
hate
the
it.
whole bedroom scene where he goes absolute batshit crazy.
Very over the top.
yeah.
cheesy
Deformed
effects.
Siamese twins join forces.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go. Siamese twins.
They had a $35,000 budget for that movie.
Yeah.
And it probably made.
1982.
Yeah.
It's a hidden. It's one of those that it's so bad it's enjoy. But with the amount of horror movies that we watch,
Speaking of milking, the production company's name was Basket Case Productions. They just
Real original.
milked it. They
Yeah.
milked
Real
it.
original.
the Basket Case 2 and 3 are not near as enjoyable as the first one.
And I think that
Oh,
that
I've seen
director
this.
is the same guy.
You
You,
seen
you
it
can
with
look it
the
up.
Yes.
Bilal?
Yeah.
You can look up the director of that. I'm pretty sure that's the same director from a movie called Brain Damage.
Yeah.
as well.
Which is another fun one.
It's the
bad.
same style.
It's the same style, but it's
same kind of effects.
It's fun.
Yeah, really bad practical effects, but
We'll just keep rolling down this list right here. 47 Meters Down, super sneaky shark movie would be. This is another reason why you would never catch me going out to deep sea fishing. My ass, you'll never see
From a
me
boat.
do
You
it.
got to do it from a boat. Yeah.
No, there's too much that can go wrong.
Yeah.
Cage diving. Yeah,
No.
that's not happening.
out of here.
That's what happens.
I don't want. I
does
won't get in a
that?
cage like on the beach, just
Yeah.
in the sand. I won't say.
Let's go. Let's have the bright idea, and then they have the bright idea to pick the cheapest route to go with on it. So what can go wrong with
Yeah,
that? Have you
no.
seen 47 Meters Down?
No, I haven't. No.
Yes. Unfortunately.
Oh, you weren't a fan.
Is that
No.
the one Mandy Moore's in?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
the Mandy Moore one.
The second one is awful.
The second one's all. I forget what the original title
I-
for 47 Meters Down was. There was a.
Oh.
Because remember, it got a DVD release that was super out of print for the longest time. And then they came back out with a new title for it for 47 Meters Down.
Well, I like the first one a lot, but that second one though, I saw that in the theater with the movie pass or something
Yeah.
back then.
That twist ending, though, it got you. It's like, oh, yeah, you made it out? No, not so fast.
Yeah.
You're dead. Spoiler alert.
The Deep.
The Deep, that's what it was called.
That thing did $62 million.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
it was
On a
big.
$5
Yeah.
million dollar budget.
It was big. What year was that? 2012, 2013?
It was 2017 says it was released.
Oh, okay.
But I think it was made, like you're saying, because it got a short DVD release as called The Deep. And then I remember,
It had a
especially-
sequel also.
yeah,
That's what I was talking
terrible.
about. That was terrible.
It's
It's a terrible movie.
It's not one of those that's so bad it's fun. It's just so bad it's
It's
bad.
just dog shit. Yeah.
And then one that I know me and you were a fan of, The Barge People.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's super sneaky.
Yeah.
That's a Shutter release, I believe.
That's one of the first ones that Shutter put out. I think. Like it
Yeah.
was it Australian, right?
Yes, yeah, or something.
Dude, it's brutal as shit, man.
Dude,
It's brutal. Bro.
Mm-mm.
Australian
do
horror.
you have Shutter?
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Definitely
Watch
check out
it.
The Barge People. It's man, they're going down these canals. I forget where it's set in, but they're traveling down these canals and everything, and then they come across these fish type people. It's brutal, but a lot of fun. No big name actors in it or anything like that. It's just like a low budget, but it was a lot of fun.
There's one abominable.
Abominable.
How do you say it?
Abominable.
Abominable.
A bomb and a bull. Remember that?
Abominable.
And a bull. A bomb and a bull.
A great Sasquatch Bigfoot movie.
Yeah.
The Barge People is on Tubi. I have
Tubi?
Tubi.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
watching that. I'm
Yeah.
watching that.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's-
dude,
it's
it's strap in, dude. It's
I
it's
love
pretty.
Tubi.
It's,
Get you.
Is Tubi like an app?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe it wasn't on Shutter then.
No, it used it was
It
used to be on Shutter, but
it
see,
was a
Shutter they don't keep their movies on there forever.
A lot of
They
these
take them
movies
off.
you talk about that are foreign movies or whatever, they're probably on Tubi.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tubi has a lot of foreign films on there.
Yeah. The what else we got on here?
The Descent. You got to put the Descent
The
in.
Descent. Yeah,
I
this
like
is like
that.
I think this is the third
Time we've
episode
mentioned
we've
this.
talked about the Descent.
But it's
But it's a creature feature for sure, and it's
creature feature.
crazy as fuck.
And
bro.
another one, it make you second guess yourself going spelunking.
How many?
You know, first of all, I don't have to ever second guess that I'm going spelunking. I'm not fucking going. Ever in life, ever. I don't care if you said, Chad, $1 million cash on the table, you just got to go spelunking and survive. Nope. I'll be broke.
there's
$1 million in cash? I think I'd take my chances
Nope.
going.
I ain't going
not,
in no cave.
not at the Descent spelunking location.
No, not in them tiny little.
No.
There's another situation that too much can go wrong. Dikembe Mutombo.
Dikembe.
Little ass finger.
If I can't spell it, I ain't doing it.
It was another one though. It had like a $3.5 million budget, did $57 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, dude, Descent was huge, and then they fucked around and made a sequel.
sequel
Yeah,
was
the sequel was
bad,
garbage. And I believe it's set in the Appalachian Mountains.
Appalachian.
Appalachian.
In Scotland, yeah. Filmed at Ashridge Park.
And then, dude, the Descent is fire, dude.
Yeah,
Descent
it's
too.
so good. Those creatures are just, and then the girls turning on each other.
Yeah, I feel like they did a good job with the creatures in that one.
Yeah, they're
It-
blind
Yeah.
and everything. It's
Yeah.
just they go off sound and it's
Yeah.
very bat-like-ish. But now, one of the best. This movie will be brought up again
This is
later
one
on.
of my
this
favorite
year,
movies ever.
is Gremlins.
Gremlins, my favorite movie.
It's one of the best Christmas movies out there.
Is it a Christmas movie?
Oh, most definitely is a Christmas movie.
Tony's gonna get really mad, dude.
Christmas,
He gets it- he gets
Christmas
it-
He did it
time.
for Christmas.
Yeah, he
Christmas
gets it
time.
for Christmas. How can it not be a Christmas movie?
Yeah,
And all the
you're-
Christmas lights and the Christmas music.
You're right.
It's
You're
just,
right. I
He
remember.
he was just asking Tony.
I
Don't get me started on that.
definitely a Christmas movie.
I remember watching that thinking, I want one of those.
Yeah.
Oh, Mogwai's
Before
the shit,
they
bro.
even got transformed into the Gremlins, I wanted one of those.
The
How
whole
could you
bar
not
scene.
love Gizmo?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
the whole bar scene was one of
Yeah.
my favorite. And the gremlin smoking a cigarette, sitting over in
Yeah.
the corner playing
Yeah.
cards. It's one of the best things ever.
Well, I liked Gremlins too. I thought
I do too. I love the
it.
new batch.
I
I have
loved
a
it.
soft spot for the new batch.
I thought it was great.
But yeah, just the creature design for those and Gremlins will be talked about again
Classic. Love
coming up in
Gremlins.
December.
Love
'Cause
it.
it's up there with the Christmas movies on my list. Now, did you ever see this A24 when the monster? Do you remember that one?
about the girl and her daughter?
Yeah, trapped in the car
Yeah,
and
that's a
everything.
terrifying
That's
movie.
it's an A24 movie. It's one of the few A24 movies that I'm a fan of.
Yeah, it's like
It's one of the early A24 movies.
yeah. So I don't know if you know A24
No, I
is
was
like
gonna
it's like a
ask.
production company.
Okay.
It does a lot of like
High end.
independent films,
Yep.
but like they do horror. Most of them are like artsy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's like it's become a really popular like production
Yeah.
like line. A24.
Uncut Gems was an A24
Yeah,
movie.
A24.
Gotcha.
That was like
Okay.
Uncut Gems, yeah.
Yeah.
But this was a really dope one. This was like, I remember like I saw it when her and her daughters like get stranded, their car breaks down.
in
like,
the middle of the woods and
middle of the
everything.
See, now, something like that, I would stay in the car. I wouldn't get out of the car for that.
I'll just stay here.
Yeah.
Wait till somebody.
Yeah,
they don't have. Of course, they don't have cell service and all that. And they're
Of
stranded out there.
of course, no cell
But
service.
the monster design, you don't get much of the monster, but the times you do get the monster, it's very effective.
Yeah.
And everything. That's to me, in a creature feature, you don't have to show the creature. Just make it effective when you
Definitely.
use it.
I think that's where a lot of them go wrong.
Yeah, get the
Yeah.
tension, build the tension
Yeah.
up. Like The Mist. The
And
one
see,
that
I love those type of movies. To me, like something that makes me think it can really happen.
Yep.
And The Mist, like it's there's an era that is involved when something's like the mist is around or fog or something
Yeah.
like that. So there's an element of surprise of what could happen there. The Mist is one of mine.
And in that one, you get little glimpses of the creatures and
Yeah.
everything in it, like the tentacle that comes up underneath the door,
Right.
The little flying thing. But the ending of that movie,
Yeah.
is that's a tough one.
Yeah.
To get
Yeah.
to that ending, it's like Of course, no. You've had to see this movie's been out for forever.
Well, yeah.
Especially at when the whole shit happens in the car and everything, and then the army pulls up, and it's just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Yeah.
You put yourself in that situation, it's just like, what the fuck would you do?
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope I would never be put in that situation.
How many times has The Mist been made? Is
I
there
don't
a
think it's
remake
been
of The Mist?
remade.
I don't think so. And that's is it Stephen King? Is it a Stephen King
I
story?
can't remember.
It probably is.
I've seen it one time, and it's been some years ago, probably 10 years ago.
Underwater. That was a pretty good one that we enjoyed with what's her name from Kristen Stewart.
It is,
Oh,
Ste-
yeah.
it is
That's
Stephen
Underwater?
King.
Huh?
She was in Underwater?
She had to she cut all her hair off for it and everything.
That's a good one, man. One thing about that one that sucked is it got absolutely zero promotion because it was one of those things where it was a January movie in the theater.
Yep.
And it was like one that had been shelved for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Because they were dumping all of the, what was it? It was the same company that X-Men was on.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? It was an
yeah,
MGM or something.
yeah.
It was some kind of company, and it was like it was the movie they had shelved for like 2 years. It's a really dope like sci-fi horror movie.
Yeah.
Like creature feature movie, and it got no. If you looked it up, I bet it did hardly nothing at the box office. I saw it at the theater. It was dope. Bro.
And I guess you could compare it to like a Godzilla. It's almost right there with like a Godzilla type movie.
Like Godzilla, like Alien, Godzilla,
Yeah.
like it's got that kind of vibe to it. Yeah.
Yeah. And being like miles up on the ocean floor, being set right there.
What's the dude's name that's in it? The comedian dude. He was in Office Christmas Party. He's like the the comic relief.
He's in
for the show.
Deadpool. He's in
Yes.
Deadpool too.
And I'm not gonna know his name.
Oh my gosh!
As soon as you say, I'm gonna be like, yep.
Are you talking about Underwater?
Yeah.
TJ Miller?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Yep, T.J. Miller. Yeah, he gets a brutal in
It
that.
had a-
He's dope though, bro.
It had a $50 to $80 million budget and only did $40 million.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
Because there's no
they put it
pushing
out
it.
in January and they did no promo for it. It just it's a January movie. Y'all go see it if you do, or if you don't, who cares?
Yeah, we'll lose a couple. We'll lose
They
10
lost
million.
a lot of money on that movie.
The same one.
But it's a good one though.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Remember the Mutants or New Mutants or
Yeah.
whatever? That was another one that was the same way.
Yeah, they pushed.
I saw trailers for that movie like for years before it came out in the
Really?
theater. And it just, I don't know why, it just got lost in the shuffle. But it's a really dope movie, though.
Yeah,
The Mist was a Stephen King movie also.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought so. And then I got another one. Me and you've talked about a couple times on the podcast is The Ritual. It's on Netflix. If y'all have
I
not
think
seen
I've seen that.
Dude,
Where the guys go-
Chance said they have accents, so he don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
it, just because they have accents, chance I want to watch
It's
it.
from
Dude,
the UK,
you can
right?
Put it,
Yeah.
you can turn the dub on, though, and make it an
can.
English dub if that's the problem.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, where they go out, they
That
go backpacking.
creature
and-
at the end.
Dude,
We've talked about it like twice already, 3 times. But, dude, y'all got to watch that.
one of the most hair raising scenes is that where they're walking through the woods and everything, and they hear something, and they look to the tree line, and all you see is that little hand wrap around the tree right there.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck was that? Time out. Just about halfway up the tree there, but all you see is that little hand wrap around it, and then
A little scary movie, too, hand. Just,
man, I'm a huge
My
fan.
strong hand.
They set up that with the little things in that movie really well. And that opening where they're in the gas station right there in the opening, it's one of those scenes. It's like, holy shit, what the hell just happened here?
yeah.
But I'm strong proponent in The Ritual.
Yeah, me too, for sure. Then you got Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah, Deep Blue Sea.
I like that movie.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yep.
We're all safe in this motherfucking.
That was like the beginning of like Samuel L. Jackson's. I don't. He'd been doing stuff for years, but
Yeah.
I feel like Deep Blue Sea, that time frame. I don't know what that. If I had to guess, I'd say 97, 8, 9, something like that. I could be wrong, but I feel like that he had already done multiple movies. But I'm saying that's when you started seeing Samuel L. Jackson in a whole lot
Yeah.
of shit.
Yeah.
I felt like that.
No.
What was the
99,
LL Cool J
99,
song
yeah,
that
I
he
knew
had
it.
for that movie?
Oh man, BJ would know.
Oh, and the Deep Blue.
What was that? He had a single out for that song.
He was in the movie too.
Yeah, he was the cook. He was the cook in the movie. He had the little bird and all that kind of stuff. But he had a song for that movie too.
Oh, which one was it? It was
Oh, it's gonna bug me. What is it? It was
Deepest Bluest. Is that it?
no Deepest Bluest. No, it wasn't that. It was
it's something like a shark fin.
say what?
Something like a shark
what?
fin.
No, it would have been that. If that's the song you're talking about, it was Deepest Bluest.
Ah.
Shark's Fin.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's it.
Deepest Bluest, Shark's Fin.
Good job,
Shark's
Chance.
Fin. Deepest Bluest, Shark's Fin.
Yeah.
That was a terrible soundtrack too.
It was. It was not the best, but it's a fun movie.
No,
then
Yeah,
you
I
had,
like it.
You had Primeval.
Primeval is
Solid one.
another great one.
Just watched this one. Jordan told us to get that movie like
Yeah.
like a year ago.
It's another Australian movie, Crocodile, but it is brutal. It has what's his name, Mick from
Wolf Creek.
yeah, he's in that one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
He's in another movie right here too, Razorback from Australia with the gigantic.
I saw. I haven't seen that one, but
Yeah.
I've seen the.
But he's in
you've
that
talked
one as
about it.
well.
Yeah, I've seen the
it's
cover for it.
pretty much along the lines of all these other ones, just a massive killer razorback.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a video game on that based on that movie?
Which one?
Primeval.
No,
You
I
had
don't think
Primal
so.
Rage. I think.
Primal
Yeah.
Rage, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that's
Target.
another great movie
Yeah.
too, right there, Primal Rage.
Yeah, I remember
It's
the
a-
video game for Primal Rage. I don't think I
It's a
ever saw the
Bigfoot movie.
Yeah.
That is probably one of the more brutal Bigfoot movies. Just Bigfoot meets Rambo
Yeah.
is what Primal Rage is,
Yeah.
and it is fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I know the game was a lot of fun. That was when PlayStation was a big thing.
And Exist is one I've talked about too before. It's another Bigfoot movie. That's Primal Rage and Exist are right up there with.
I'm
my
actually
favorite
shocked they didn't do more Bigfoot type
Yeah.
movies.
Mhm.
Like,
It's Willow. You got the Legend of Boggy Creek, which I'm not a big fan of. It's very, very slow and boring. Willow Creek's pretty good. Exist and Primal Rage are probably
the two best.
the two best Bigfoot movies. Exist was put out by the same guys that did Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
And it's so good.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, before we even move on, I'm not going to let you disparage dadgum name. Sorry.
Whoa.
Sorry, the good dadgum name of Harry and the Hendersons.
Okay.
Bigfoot movies. And you're not going to mention Harry and the Hendersons?
Sorry, my
John
bad.
Lithgow?
John
Come on,
Lithgow.
dude.
My bad.
Well, we
Sorry.
haven't got to the non-scary movie.
Yeah, we haven't got. I didn't even have that in the
Yeah,
non-scary.
That's
I
not
just,
even
I just
on
wanted
the
to shout
list.
out. I just wanted to shout out Harry and the Hendersons.
Shout out Harry and the Hendersons. Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Probably one of the most terrifying movies on this list because it's so real is Arachnophobia.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that movie since I was a kid, man, because I don't do spiders.
No,
And that,
fuck
I think that
spiders.
was one of those one and done watches.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, John Goodman in it and Jeff Bridges.
I forgot John Goodman was
Yeah,
in
he's
that.
the exterminator.
So who wasn't there a movie like that was that Jeff Daniels was in too, or am I tripping?
That's what I'm thinking. Jeff Daniels is in it, not Jeff
Jeff
Bridges.
Bridges.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought it was
yeah,
him.
that's
Okay.
you're right. Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember Jeff because I
Yeah.
remember dude from Dumb and Dumber was in it. And
Yeah.
it scared the shit out of me because it was spiders, and I didn't
Yeah.
want to watch it again.
Yeah, I was totally Jeff Bridges.
That's another one of those things. It was believable that you could die from spider bites and stuff. So like, it's terrifying.
Yeah,
It's
fuck
one of those
spiders.
you watch it once and you don't
snakes,
have to see it again.
Fuck spiders and snakes.
Yes. Yes.
Snakes.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You got it.
Snakes. I don't know snakes.
What movie is that from?
I don't know.
What movie is that from?
Come on, dude. Home Alone, bro.
Oh,
Snake. I don't know no snake.
no, yeah.
Guys, come on, guys.
Harry. This next one. So the Reef.
The Reef. Yeah, it's
I'm
another.
trying to remember that one.
It's another where they get the group of people get stranded out in the middle of the ocean, and they're trying to make it to that coral reef,
Yeah.
and then get one
Destroyed.
taken out.
So usually,
They get taken out by
anytime
sharks.
someone is stranded in a horror movie,
No, that's
makes
the one
the
where their
best
boat
ones.
wrecks.
Yeah,
Their
yeah.
boat, they wreck their boat on the reef,
Okay,
and
'cause-
everything, and then they start getting picked off by the sharks.
That one's dope, and I got it confused with
Open
another
water.
One. Well, no.
Oh.
The name for some reason Leviathan.
See, I've never seen that one.
Dude, that was so dope.
I haven't seen that in a
That
long
one's
time.
so dope. It's a creature feature too.
Really, I've never.
Yeah.
I haven't
Now,
seen that movie
Screen
in a long
Factory
time.
put that out, right?
Yeah.
And it's super out of print, ain't
It's
it?
out of print now.
Okay. I've never heard of Leviathan.
It's been
What-
years
Yeah.
since
I
I've seen
want to
that.
say. Let me look it
Leviathan.
up.
What about the Shallows?
Man, I did not have that on this list. That's a good one. It's Blake Lively. Hello,
That's
Blake
a good
Lively.
shark movie.
That's a great. Okay, so why do you like that one?
Well, I mean, it's just a good movie. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
but-
entertaining.
Is it
It
Blake
keeps
Lively?
your attention.
So
It keeps your attention.
That helps.
Leviathan's
I
when
mean,
a
it
team
keeps
of-
your attention.
a team of deep sea miners led by head oceanographer Stephen Beck, comes face to face with a mutant creature from the product of a failed genetic experiment.
Okay, I'll definitely look that
Peter
up.
Weller's in it.
Okay.
Richard Crenna's in it. Daniel Stern's in it. Speaking of Home Alone.
Okay.
Yeah. It's dope, bro. I don't know if it's on streaming. I need to figure it out because that
Yeah.
movie's freaking
I'll
dope,
definitely
dude.
write
So
that one
Swamp
down.
Thing would be a creature feature.
Yeah.
Swamp
For
Thing
sure.
is one of those that I grew up loving that movie.
Yep.
Again, anytime I got near a body of water when it was dark outside in a wooded area, I didn't want no part of it.
Adrienne Barbeau looked very nice in that movie too. She had those
Really
things
nice.
hanging out in that whole movie. She was looking mighty nice.
You didn't even have that on the list.
I did not have that on the list, did I?
Damn, man. Like, they had a $25 million budget for Leviathan in 89. It only did $15 million.
That's crazy.
I
That movie's
remember that
dope,
movie,
bro.
yeah. That movie
Ernie
is good.
Hudson's in it, too.
Oh, really?
From Ghostbusters, yeah.
Yep.
He's in it. But it's dope, bro. Like, if you get a chance to see that one, I know they did like or there's a movie from 2014 called Leviathan. I don't know if it's like a remake of that one or whatever.
Would you
but-
put Ghostbusters in a creature feature category?
You could,
With
but
the
it would kind of
dogs?
go. It would kind of go with like, because it's like ghosts and aliens and shit, like alien ghosts.
Well, yeah.
I mean, the guy with
Possession.
Yeah.
Like, you could, like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah.
Like you could,
You can sneak in there.
but I mean, Ghostbusters is fire. I love both of the
Yeah.
first two. The
What about Cronenberg's The Fly?
cringe at parts, dude. Some of those practical effects are really dope, but they're just a little too.
It's great. I was late to watching this one for the first time because I didn't watch it till Scream Factory put out that box set with it. Got rid of all the other ones, but I actually, it's one of those that I like this one better than the Vincent Price, the original The Fly.
Yeah.
But that which is super dated.
Yeah.
Vincent Price. I remember that name from Fright Night. He was watching the TV show, Vincent Price. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah.
And all the old Edgar Allan Poe movies.
Edgar Allan Poe. movies,
Fun.
yeah.
Well, yeah. Fright Night with Amanda Beers, Marcy from.
Yep, you're
Married
right.
with Children.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right.
She was She was being stingy with giving dude the poo nanny at the
Yeah.
beginning. Remember?
Yep.
Yeah.
Then she ends up bitten by a vampire.
Yeah.
Another
That's what
day,
happens.
another pod.
Again, fuck around and find out, guys.
Around and find out.
Um,
Crawl.
Crawl is dope as fuck, bro.
Yeah. Crawl.
Yeah.
is-
Crawl's one of those I've
Yeah,
heard
man.
from several people that I need to watch. And
I
Yeah.
need to get that 4K. I keep forgetting it's out
Yeah.
on 4K. And did it
It's-
even come on a slipcover or anything?
Yeah, it did.
Sweet.
Hurricane down in Florida, and then Reeks, it has what's his name? He played Dale. He played Dale Earnhardt in the ESPN Dale Earnhardt movie,
I don't know.
and then he played
Clint Eastwood's son?
Roger Maris in '61.
Oh, that
Barry Peters.
Barry Peters.
Barry Peters, guys. I knew.
Barry
But
Peters.
Right
no,
on the
that one
tip
was
of
fun
my
as
tongue.
fuck.
Pause. Barry Peters on the tip of my tongue.
And I pulled out the Dale Earnhardt movie from ESPN. That they put out.
You like he played Dale Earnhardt in an ESPN documentary. I'm like, what?
No, do you not remember when
No.
ESPN put out a Dale
Very-
Earnhardt movie?
I vaguely, but I didn't never see it.
I
No.
think it was
from
called The
I knew it
Intimidator.
from the '61 movie. But yeah.
Good
But
gosh, it was
what-
right there on the
Barry Peters.
What about Troll Hunter? I don't think I ever watched.
You've
that
never
one.
seen
You've talked about it for years.
Troll Hunter is one that I'm a huge fan of. It's a Swedish or Norwegian movie, but it's pretty much self-explanatory. Dude is a troll hunter.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening.
You don't say.
It's a found footage movie.
Yeah.
Pretty brutal, and the CGI is actually pretty respectable
Yeah.
for it and everything.
I need to
It's-
watch it. Did it have like multiples? Didn't it have like sequels?
No, it's only
It's
one,
just one of them? Okay.
But it goes along the line, like they get trapped in one scene, and it goes along with a lot of the nursery rhymes that you hear from trolls and all that stuff. It's pretty good, well done movie for being a lower budget foreign movie.
I've heard not just you. I mean,
I've always
I've
been a
heard a
fan
lot of
of
people
it.
talk about how it's a dope one,
But one of our favorites, though,
dude.
Zombievers.
Zombievers is one of the greatest, most terrible movies I've ever watched.
I
dude.
think it's on Netflix.
It's exactly what it is. It's
a Netflix
it's
movie.
rabid zombies.
Yeah,
Or like rabid beavers. And it's like they're not the zombies like Night of the Living Dead zombies. They're like 28 Days Later zombie beavers.
We gotta watch that.
Yep.
We
That's
had-
got to be.
That's where. Yeah, go ahead.
One of the beavers bites a girl and she literally turns into a human beaver. This literally happens.
Yes.
She turns into a human beaver.
And then there's the scene where we were watching it, like one of the first movies we watched is like a group on Hangouts.
Yeah.
And Jordan's famous "wait a minute" line because he thought the zombie, the beaver shot a gun.
It looks like it.
It looks like the beaver fired a firearm.
It's
But
classic.
it's over the top. I mean, it's this the whole
it
movie.
Over
It's
the top
that,
in a
the
nutshell.
whole
But it's
movie.
so much fun.
But it's a
So
lot of
much
fun.
fun.
But it's very bad. It's like if you watched. It's like Sharknado, but good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with zombie beavers.
Yeah.
Now,
So it's nothing like Sharknado.
would
but-
rubber be considered a creature feature?
I was gonna bring that one up, but I wasn't
God,
sure.
about the tire that gets loose and just goes around killing people.
All these movies that y'all talked about that sound pretty decent that I'm gonna have to check out, but I watch Rubber.
You'll watch Rubber,
Yeah.
but you won't watch Leviathan.
Yeah,
or,
you won't
No.
watch.
you know.
Yeah, but you'll watch rubber.
I mean, a killer tire. I had to check it out.
And it's just going.
Yeah, bouncing around.
That's all it's doing.
But when
the
it's
whole
about to
movie.
kill somebody, it starts shaking, and you hear like the cicada noise going off.
Yep.
so bad, dude.
Yeah, that's when you know it's extremely hot out. That's how you know it's going to be a hot day outside. When you walk out in the morning and you hear those fucking cicadas going off.
Yes.
You know damn well it's going to be a hot motherfucker today.
It's
Yes.
gonna be hot as fuck. Remind me what Rogue was again.
It was
That's
another alligator movie, an Australian alligator movie.
what, was it one of those Dimension films?
Yes, yeah,
okay,
exactly.
Yeah,
It's super. The Blu-ray's like super out of print.
yeah.
But it's just another crocodile Australian.
We
movie.
watched that one because you grabbed that DVD for me, I think.
Yeah.
At McKay's. Yeah.
Probably so. But it's another.
Shout out
it's-
McKay's.
Shout out McKay's.
Dude,
always
we-
coming
we
through.
need
We've
one so
spent
bad.
and made a lot of money at McKay's. over
Yes,
the
we
years.
have.
Shout out to McKay's, man.
Appreciate you. Chance, you got any?
No, I think we
No,
we
got
covered
some
all the
non-horror
ones.
movie.
We got a couple more before the heart. You got.
Yeah, you got a couple on here that I've seen.
The birds.
The birds.
Yep.
I love that scene
Hitchcock.
where all of those birds are flying. Like just.
I think that shit still is effective today,
Yes.
bro.
Yeah.
It's Hitchcock, and I don't.
he's great. Hitchcock's
He
great.
is. I haven't watched, but a couple of his movies. I've watched Rear Window. I think that one's pretty good.
Yep.
Obviously, the first Psycho.
Love that.
And Birds.
Ain't that Jamie Lee Curtis's mom in The Birds, or is that Psycho?
I think Psycho.
Psycho, I think. Yes.
I heard
Google
that
it.
he literally wrong on that one. Who's a horror movie fan around here? Not me. But I think for the girl from The Birds, I think he literally put her through hell filming that movie too. Cause
I can imagine.
I think she was legit getting attacked by birds in some of the
Yeah,
scenes.
yeah. I don't know how you fake some of that. I just.
No, especially back
Not
then.
back then.
Yeah.
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 Then you got some another couple we'll throw in before we go to the non-horror finish it off. But you had Ticks, and you also had Mosquito. I thought Mosquito was
Mosquito, Gunnar
Hansen.
Yeah.
Just really mid '90s, over the top creature feature cheese.
I like Ticks more than Mosquito. Ticks
Yeah, yeah.
was a better.
I don't want to get bitten by either, but you
Yeah.
know, that's where I stand with it. So, I mean,
Tick. I mean, you can only get so good of a movie out of a movie.
Sure.
Something called Ticks
Yeah.
or
There's
Mosquito.
another spider one that came out through Scream Factory 4 or 5 years ago called Itsy Bitsy.
Oh yeah, I never even wasted my
That
time
shit
with
was
that one.
that shit was.
and I tell you what, I bet they used the mosquitoes from Tennessee in that
Yeah.
movie because
Definitely.
them things are a whole nother level.
Oh yeah,
mosquito.
they're huge mosquitoes.
whole
in that
nother
one.
level mosquito.
Would you consider Attack of the Killer Tomatoes a creature feature?
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen that.
Yeah, you got Bats. Bats is
Yeah,
another one.
yeah.
But Little Shop of
Lou
Horror.
Diamond Phillips?
related, but
Little Shop of Horror. You've got that. It had
Yeah.
the
Swallowed that
Venus flytrap.
Yeah.
Gosh, I think
One of my favorite movies, like as far as like, I didn't even know it was a horror movie, but Anaconda.
yeah.
Yep.
That was a big one. You had a star-studded cast. Just the whole build-up of getting to the snake itself. Like, you know, it's that.
What about
to me,
that
it's-
accent by John Voight? I mean,
John Boyd.
John Boyd's accent in that was ridiculous.
I try to sound like I'm Italian, but I'm not. In the middle of the Amazon.
It sounds like when we try to sound Italian.
I know. Yeah.
Look your bullshit.
Lamberto Bava.
But you had Ice Cube, J Lo, John Boyd.
Was that one of Jennifer Lopez's? Like, was that her like coming out party?
Yeah, it was, yeah,
after the.
Selena movie.
Anaconda was 98.
Yeah, I
was it
forgot.
90 Was it 97, 98?
Yeah, she was. I mean,
Yeah,
Selena.
that was
She was
after-
a fly girl. She was
Yeah,
a fly
she was
girl
fly
from the
girl for
early,
a
like
while.
91, 92 to probably 95. Yes, I bet it's probably close to the first movie.
Have you seen this new action movie she's got out now?
No.
The last good movie I saw her in was Hustlers. So if you
Sure,
haven't seen
Hustlers.
it, go watch it.
You want to finish this episode off with some non-horror?
Yeah, we can. Well, I'll throw out the number one creature feature non-horror movie. And that's the damn Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, baby.
Don't get
Oh,
any better.
yeah.
Hey, I had the biggest crush on April O'Neil,
Oh,
man.
man. You know-
She was it, boy. She was it.
She lives here in Middle Tennessee.
No,
now.
no. I'm
met
happily
her.
married. I'm happily married now. Back
But
then,
yes, yeah, she was.
8 years old, 9 years old, April O'Neil was it.
Dude, that and '89 Batman were game
Yep.
changers for me.
And I wanted to be Casey Jones so bad.
Yeah,
Like,
I totally
he was-
understand.
I wanted to be him with the mask and all the bag full of stuff. Like, I wanted to be him.
Who was everyone's favorite turtle?
Donatello.
Leonardo.
Mine was Raphael.
I liked the
mine
bow
was
staff.
Michelangelo.
I like the bow staff. So
Mhm.
Yeah, I was always a Leonardo guy.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. Who did Chance say?
Raphael.
Okay.
I like the bow staff. That was fun.
Yeah, Raphael was like my number two, but I was always a Leo guy.
And shout out Kevin Nash for making a cameo.
Super Shredder.
Yeah, Super Shredder. I loved all the Ninja Turtle movies, except for the one where they went to Japan.
Mm-hmm.
The third one.
The third one. I was
Yeah.
not a fan of the third
When they
one.
went back in time and everything.
What I loved about the second one was the cameo by Vanilla Ice. I thought that was like cool
Yeah.
and random at the same time. But
Yeah.
and Ernie Reyes Jr.
And so as a kid, buying the Ninja Turtle action figures, I had like 40 different foot soldiers just so I could have a Foot Clan. But it was so cool. Like those movies, yeah.
I got a fun fact for you.
Yes.
Since you're a Donatello fan, do you
Yeah.
know who did the voice of Donatello in the '89 Ninja Turtle movie?
I do not.
You're Corey Feldman.
No way.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Really?
Corey Feldman did the voice of Leonardo. I mean, not Leonardo, Donatello.
And now that you say that, like I can hear it, and wow, that's crazy.
Corey Feldman was all over the place back in the '80s, man.
Yep.
Man, I didn't realize he was in that. That's huge.
Yeah.
Did he do all three of them, or
No, just the first one.
really?
Yeah, that's. I remember.
Stamped.
See, the cartoon, of course, I was a fan of before the movies and everything, but Ninja Turtles was my life.
Oh, I couldn't wait for that movie to come out.
Oh.
That was
Yep.
Yeah.
I got into collecting the NECA figures for a while.
The what?
The
Oh,
NECA.
NECA figure.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
But yeah, because you had a Batman that came out in '89.
That was
and
game.
then you
Batman's
had-
greatest superhero
And then you
movie.
had Ninja Turtles that came out in '90.
Yeah.
And it was just like, as
Yeah.
a 6-year-old kid, it's just like
Batman was it, man. I
Yeah.
loved Batman.
Yeah, that's another episode. That just the whole, especially how the '89 Batman just changed
Everything.
Everything when it
Everything.
comes to
To me, Michael Keaton's the greatest Batman ever.
have you seen the Flash?
Yes.
Did you like the Keaton parts?
No.
I loved it.
No. I liked the. We'll talk about that. Another pod. Yeah. Whole another pod.
Chance, what is your favorite non-horror creature feature that you got on to me about?
Oh, no, that's a horror movie, Tony.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Jurassic Park.
It's not a horror movie. It's an
Why-
adventure movie.
Why? Okay. Why do you not classify it as a horror movie?
Because I don't know, because it's an adventure movie. It's an action movie.
Well, so was 47 Meters Down when it first started. They were on an adventure,
Oh, they were.
and
a
then
good
the
point.
adventure went wrong.
All right, I would just put my foot in my mouth, Chance. You got me on me. I just don't
What is it
classify-
classified as?
Yeah, what does IMDb put it as?
Oh, let's see.
I mean, because I don't think I was.
I'm
never,
curious to see what IMDb, what the classification of Jurassic Park is.
I was never terrified watching Jurassic
They
Park.
call it an action,
Thank you.
adventure, sci-fi.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I don't
What do they
consider it
put
a.
47 Meters Down as?
Let's see.
Probably an action adventure movie.
Yep, probably.
But no, was it 94 Jurassic Park came out?
Yeah,
Oh,
I never considered that a scary. I was never scared because I knew dinosaurs weren't real.
yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is cool. They created dinosaurs. Oh, they're gonna do what dinosaurs do and kill things. That's yeah.
I did feel bad for the little goat when they put him out there for the Tyrannosaurus
Yeah,
to eat.
yeah.
I was like, man.
I got beef with IMDb.
Oh,
Uh
Let me
oh.
tell you something, IMDb. Look, you're going to classify 47 Meters Down as a horror mystery movie, but you're not going to classify the greatest dinosaur movie in history. Jurassic Park is one. And the words of my friend Chad Arms over here, shoo shoo on you, IMDb.
Shoot him.
Let them know, Chance.
Shoo
Oh,
shoo.
Shoot.
I love it when I'm right. I
Yes.
absolutely love it when I'm right, baby.
Shoo.
And IMDb
Yeah, they're not credible. They're not. They're like the Mean Gene of movie reviews.
Yeah.
Wow. Tell me how
Movie.
you really feel.
Yeah.
They didn't
Tell
have
me
a
how you
hotline
really
back
feel.
in the day either, did they?
Man. But I will give you this. Jurassic Park is a great movie.
Yeah,
I love
definitely.
it. I love all three of them. The first three.
It's forever a horror movie in my heart.
Well, you're wrong. How do you feel about the second and third one? I know you're not a sequel fan.
I've seen these movies. My wife loves these movies,
Oh,
so
does she?
I've seen them, all of them, 50 times probably.
You like the newer ones?
I mean, no, I don't. I'm not a big fan of any of them except for the original.
Yeah.
But I watch them all the time.
But it did stupid numbers though. It did
Greatest.
stupid numbers in the
Yeah.
box office.
Man,
Yeah.
I remember trying when the first one came out. I tried reading the book, the Michael Crichton book to Jurassic
I would
Park.
have never. I
No.
would have never.
I made it maybe like 10 pages into it
Yeah.
because that thing was like.
Show me
Were you
pictures.
even
Like
trying to look at me like reading a book? You don't believe me? This is back when I was like 10 years old. You know,
if it ain't a sticker book back 10
Yeah.
years old, I wouldn't.
it didn't
looking
have
at it.
pictures in it, so I
Yeah.
skipped it on right on by.
Yeah. I was just the one that flies and acted like I read books and bought all the Goosebumps books and just set them on my shelf so I could look at them.
Chad's
And I
got
did.
$4,000
Fast forward
worth of
30 years
Goosebumps
later, I
books.
did the same thing with movies for the most part.
One of my favorite though non-horror creature features though I've always talked about is the Guyver with Mark Hamill in it. I forget what the main guy's name is, but I remember when my grandparents had they lived down in Florida and when the Sci-Fi Channel first came out and the Guyver was always played on there, and that's what it's always stuck with me. It's a terrible movie, but the sentimental and the cheesiness factors, and I think Tony Todd does one of the voices of one of the creatures in the movie as well.
Really?
If I'm not mistaken. I may be totally wrong. I've been known to be wrong.
You're right, dude. Fuck.
It
Yeah.
sounds good.
You're
The
right.
Guyver. Watch it.
Well, how are y'all? Look,
What?
before we end this episode, I'm not going to let this episode end without the greatest creature feature movie ever being talked about, and that's fucking Teen Wolf.
The Grinch.
Oh, I didn't even think about.
Teen Wolf's a werewolf, though, ain't it? We're not,
Congo. Y'all remember Congo?
Oh, yeah.
I remember all the I think it was Taco Bell. It
Was that
either
Nicolas Cage?
No, it was
Was it the Hunt for Red October guy?
no, it has. I think it has Ernie Ghostbusters.
Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson's in it.
I only saw Congo one time, and it was when I was a kid. I've never seen it as a.
Oh my gosh, what is
grown
his
up.
name that's in that? That's gonna bug me.
Ernie Hudson, Dylan Walsh.
Dylan Wa-
Dylan
yeah.
Walsh.
Dylan Walsh.
Yeah, Dylan Walsh.
Okay.
From Nip Tuck.
Oh, okay.
From yep.
Yeah, that's
Shout out Congo.
Tim
Do it.
Curry.
Tim Curry. Oh yeah, Tim Curry
Tim
is
Curry
in
is
that
in
movie.
there. Tim Curry's in there. Yeah.
Wow, I forgot about Tim Curry being in that one. I remember when they get over to that island, and you have the good gorilla, and then the white gorillas when they had the crystal laser thing. Oh my gosh, those things were terrifying.
I mean, was this did Congo come out before Godzilla, the first Godzilla movie?
I want to
Well,
say
the first- not the original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congo came out, what, 94, 95?
95.
The only thing I can remember is I know it came out at the same time Jerky Boys did because me and my
yeah.
buddy went and saw Jerky Boys and his dad went and saw Congo.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can tell you.
Shout out Jerky Boys.
I'm thinking 94, 95. You can Google and see, but
Sounds good.
95.
Yeah. Sounds good. You're a fan.
I think there's just as many like ape gorilla type movies as there are like your
Yeah, because you got Planet. See, the Matt Reeves Planet of the Apes movies. The
Planet
new
of the Apes.
Mhm.
Yep. You got
So
Rampage. You got there's several ape movies out there.
King Kong.
King Kong. Yep. He's the goat right there.
Mhm.
Kong ain't got shit on me.
You had King Kong versus Godzilla. You had them two going at each other.
Guess you could put Pacific Rim on a creature feature in this as well.
Yep.
I think I like Pacific Rim more than I like the Godzilla movies.
Yeah, I mean the Godzilla movies are great, but I mean you
I
kind of
like-
know how it's going to end.
I like the one, like the 99, 2000.
That
Yep.
one?
Yeah.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Man, did they?
I saw it in the theater though, so
What did they put the advertising behind that
Mhm.
movie though? Boy, they were.
I
Trying
think
to push
they
that
had
movie
like a
so
Taco
hard.
Bell commercial and all
They
kinds
did,
of stuff.
yeah. They
Yep.
pushed that one
There's
to the moon.
so
Yeah.
much advertising behind that.
And that one scene towards the beginning where he's coming out of the water.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I was out on a pier recently on vacation, and I was just thinking about that, like big Godzilla.
Were you
just coming
disappointed
through.
in the look of Godzilla when they showed it off in that movie?
I liked him.
He looked like a big giant iguana.
Yeah. That's Godzilla. Looks better than the old Godzilla.
What about-
This is true.
what about-
the hair in that movie?
Mm-hmm.
Magnifique. Magnifique. Well, I guess that's creature features, huh?
That's creature features, baby.
Bam.
Definitely a lot of things I want to go back and watch. Again, people have mentioned these movies to me before, and I'm like, it's always something else to watch. But
Yep.
definitely some things I want to catch up on, based on just what you guys said about it.
Good.
I'm gonna just say this real quick.
Go ahead.
Steven Spielberg said that Jurassic Park is the Jaws on land.
Where do you say that at?
It's a quote.
You want to
Look
quote
at
that?
It's
That's
a
a quote.
Where'd you see that at? It's a quote.
Quote. End quote.
Can you?
I got it from a more reliable source than IMDb. Let me tell you that. That's the truth.
Oh man! Wow.
So great. I love it that we got Mike in front of the hot mic chance in front of the camera, and in front of a microphone now. It's so great.
Definitely.
Yep, it's awesome.
And he's got his tablet over there, his trusty Google machine.
Yeah.
I got it all. All right.
Y'all ready? Sorry. It's the night before the podcast show when we're filming this. I just got my phone just won't quit. I love the shit out of y'all, though. I appreciate everybody. This has been a fun episode. They always are fun.
Funner times.
Funner times.
Funner times.
Summer times, no funner times. And we found out that Chance doesn't like IMDb.
No, he
As
hates
much
it.
as he hates Gene Okerlund.
Yeah. So
we're finding so
RIP.
much stuff that Chance hates.
We
on the
does.
show.
I said we does. It's look. I love y'all, man. Appreciate everybody. Episode 22. Hit the sponsors up: Trouble Spirits, Nixon Pro Media, Revolution One Media, BJ the DJ, Hot Mike Chance, Friday the 14th, Chatty Bobby 1140.
We out this motherfucker.
Peace.